Reed, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. This is the third different lineup you've used this series. Can you talk to me about the strategy of changing guys around and seeing who else is out there?
Yeah, big thing is we're trying to get some on base production at the top of our order, and Mark Beerling's been hitting in that one hole and really just not getting on base fast enough. So sliding him down, taking some pressure off of him, and we feel out of fall, Dalton McNamara won our second base job out of the fall, and then he has the injury and hasn't been able to play. So I feel that it's time for him to get back in there and be where we anticipated him to be at the start of the season, and no better time than right now to get him back in the picture there. But we have to have more. We have to have more out of our guys that have been here for 3 or 4 years to come through and produce offensively. And when they, once we can get them going, I think we can be a little bit better offensively. We had an opportunity today where our pitching staff kind of did their job, and then we didn't come up. On a Sunday, you got to be able to score more than one run.
And then, if you don't mind, a quick follow-up. With McNamara back in the lineup, we're going to see some platooning out there in the middle infield.
Yeah, that's the tough thing for me. I'm not sure that we'll see a whole lot of platooning. It's we're going to play our best guys the rest of the way out, and we definitely need Josh back. Josh is a difference maker there at the shortstop position for us, but Dalton has shown some that he can handle that position. So it's going to be between him and Veerling to figure out who's going to be the everyday guy, and they both have some flexibility to potentially play some other positions as well. If they're both swinging the bat, we can get them both in the lineup. But we're also scuffling at finding solidifying at least a third outfield position of who's going to give us some production there, and also play a good center field.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Andrew, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, just what are your overall takeaways from this weekend? Obviously, you're going up against the top team in the country.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not very happy with the way that we performed this weekend. Playing a close game is not something that is our goal. I mean, our goal is to win games, and we know we've got the number one team in the country, and we knew that we were going to face two really solid arms in day one and day two. And when you go into the series, you're trying to think of or figure out a way, how do we win one of those two games? And I thought night one was the night that we done a little bit better and won that. I thought Leiter was really, really good, and that was going to be a tough one, and we needed to pitch with him. But as you have the confidence in your team, you're expecting a guy like South Halverson to step up and pitch for pitch with Leiter and see what happens at the end of the game. But today I think was very frustrating, just because we had an opportunity against their number 3 guy that we felt pretty good about, and we didn't take really good opportunity there to score more runs. And it was the middle part of the game there to lead off hit in the 5th, and we're trying to get some action going and get guys to get them on the move, and we just kind of mess that up where we get a guy thrown out at second base.
Coach, a quick follow-up. Just what did Trey Morris show you this weekend? And what did, obviously he had his first career home run last weekend. Is he showing you enough to maybe get more playing time and start more games at catcher?
Yeah, I think that it's both of those guys. It's still a platoon situation with those two guys, and who's going to give us that best opportunity to be that number 1 guy. And Trey's hot right now with the bat. And things that we need to see Trey to continue to do is just defensively handle the pitchers and do a great job there. So I think we're looking at a lot of positions where guys are competing to get those at bats and get that playing time, and you hope that you have a team that can really handle that. That some guys put too much pressure on themselves and feel like they got to do everything just to get in the lineup. But if we're going to be a really good team, we got to complement each other, and we got to use our strengths whenever it matches up against the opponent. And that's what we're trying to do, is find those perfect matchups, the matchups that give us the best chance to win the game that particular day.
Mason, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, your pitchers gave up just 3 hits and 20 at-bats with runners on base tonight. Are those situations where runners get on base something that the team works on a lot, both with pitching and with defense?
Well, that's hard to say that because if you look at the games before that, it looks like we haven't ever worked on stuff like that. So, what I would say is that when you start challenging a little bit more, and that's what I felt we did tonight. And you got Trey coming on here, Charlie, but you can ask him. But I just felt like we went through the zone a little bit more in those situations. We didn't put ourselves behind in the count quite as much tonight. And when you can do those things and keep the hitter a little bit defensive, I think you're going to be more successful. And that's how we've been successful here before. And we just got to get back to it. And you do need the personnel that can execute those things. And I think that what you saw today was, a guy like Zach Heiss who can command the baseball. He got himself in trouble several times, but then he kind of locked down and was able to execute pitches. And then the guys coming out of the bullpen are pretty well accomplished as well that could do those things. And we just need more guys to see what they were doing tonight and believe that system works, and to come out of the bullpen or getting their start and do the same thing where we can stay ahead in the count and put the hitter on defense.
Reed.
Yeah, I was going to ask how soon, kind of what was the conversations like in the dugout when you saw Heiss's pitch count kind of climbing up there, and it was in the high 70s whenever you pulled him. How soon were you kind of planning on bringing Ash in, and did that change whenever you saw what was going on the mound?
Yeah, no, I think the big thing was I stuck to the plan that we were going into the game with. I really only wanted Zach Heiss to see the hitters 2 times. I didn't want him to go back through the lineup the 3rd time, and I made that fairly clear in our pregame meeting that I wanted him to empty the tank and not really try to go 7 or 8 innings, because we're sitting on our 4 best bullpen guys in the bullpen, and we just need him to be very clean through 2 times through the lineup. We give him a different look with Ash, and then we got from there we've got Losi, who I knew that once we gave the ball to Losi, he had a chance to ride the game out, but you still got Weinbergs and Vale behind him, so we were in good shape. We just needed a good start, and Zach Heiss came up and gave us a good start and gave us an opportunity.
Okay, Mason.
Yeah, the offense didn't get anyone past third base past the 2nd inning, or to third base past the 2nd inning, rather. What did you hope to see more of from the team to capitalize with those runner-on opportunities?
Yeah, I think it just kind of goes back, like earlier, I thought their starter was very gettable, and we just didn't come up with big hits. We didn't. I felt we got in some situations. We had a lot of opportunities. When you think about a runner on second base and there was 2 outs, we had several of those opportunities, and we never came up with the clutch hit in that situation. But I think the overall thing was we just didn't put consistent, tough at bats together. I mean, the production from our lineup came from the bottom. The bottom 3 guys, 7, 8, and 9, is where we were actually, we were getting some excitement there. There was no production at the top of our lineup tonight, and you hope that when you got 7, 8, and 9 going, when you flip back to the top, that those guys can come through and pick up some RBIs there, but it just didn't happen.
All right, we'll wrap things up with Coach and get Trey in here. Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.